For my political action project, I decided to tackle the Obergefell versus Hodges Supreme Court ruling. Specifically, I wanted to write to our senators about my concerns for it, which go much deeper than I wrote about in my reflection. The ruling is what allowed same-sex marriage to take place across the nation. Recent events had raised my anxieties pertaining to LGBTQ rights, but the ruling more specifically. Someone had pointed out to me that the Republican platform literally condemns Obergefell, and they gave me the proof for it. Then, after the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett came as a massive surprise to me, as it was against RBG's wishes, and it was very controversial. Her appointment was even more of a shock. Around this time, I started paying more attention to the presidential race. Seeing the current state of the Supreme Court and hearing about the LGBTQ values Republican lawmakers stood for pushed me to be more invested in this election. Worries of the LGBTQ community losing some of our progress were always on my mind, so I thought it would be appropriate to turn my worries into action. It's much easier to write about something when it's on your mind often. I would definitely say that I learned lots of useful knowledge of the government through this assignment. Through my research and writing, I found out that over 11 million American adults would be directly affected if Obergefell were to be rolled back. Since it's difficult to gauge the exact numbers of LGBT people because of what they identify and how complicated that whole thing is, I would count on 11 million being an underestimation. It turns out that it's also easier than I thought to make a difference through political participation. I wrote an email which was finished in one sitting, and I wasn't having to constantly reference other materials. I was just speaking from my mind. I really think that these small efforts matter. Your interactions with lawmakers can help them know how to better serve you as their constituent.